outside there, this life prepper here, the Roller John, you know, spring is in the air, and people are cleaning their garages out, they're cleaning their houses out. I mean, even I'm trying to get some stuff done because I've been cooped up in these rooms for the winter months, you're just ready to get out. So, one thing we have to worry about is fleas. When you got animals, pets, even farm animals, whatever it is, you have to worry about fleas and all these chemicals that we put on them. Now, my little Yorkie, he's getting on up in age, and so is my pug. And then I've got my cats and stuff. So the thing is, I wanted something natural. Now, there's different ways. Now, one of them is harvesting cedar. Now, I want to show you something here. The difference between, now this was from last year. I had it dried and everything. And I can still smell some of the cedar. Now, the thing is, trees during the winter months tend to go in a dormant stage. You do not get as much of the benefits. Now, when it warms up more and summer gets here, the smell of the cedar will be really strong and you'll get more of the oils and stuff out. This is one I harvested just the other day, and you can just see the difference. They're just real flat feeling. There's no real moisture or everything in it because, like I said, they go into a hibernation stage. Even though this is dry, you can just see the difference in the textures of these two plants here. You can just see the difference in them. They're just a totally different in it. So what you do is you heat up your water and you put in as much cedar you can in there. And I just really want to show you here the coloration that I'm getting right here. You see here? Now that was all clear. That was clear water. Boy, and I can smell that cedar that's coming through it. What you want to do is pour it into a pan when it reaches, or leave it in the same pan overnight if you want to, and allow all those oils to absorb. But what I'm going to do here is add a little bit of lemon juice. Now, if you got real lemons, that's all fine, but lemon juice is what I'm adding into it. Lemon juice is also a flea repellent. The benefits of that. So now I've got this natural flea spray stuff with cedar, and I've got my lemon juice in it, and the water's all in it, and I'm going to just allow it to sit overnight, and all that essential stuff, all that juices and all those oils and everything's going to come from that, and I will put it in my spray bottle to use on my animals. Not only that, when summer gets here and the cedar gets really strong smelling, you can use it also as a freshener around the house. If you got cats and stuff with a cat litter or whatever, this also helps with the area to help freshen it up. But there's other ways too. But one of the ways is essential oils. Now, I recommend you do a test on your animal. One of them is cedar essential oil, and then the other one's orange essential oil. Use it as a test before you do it. Take a little spot somewhere on the animal and just put a couple of drops and see if the animal breaks out in major rash or it looks like it's, swollen up, whatever. Then you don't want to use it on the animal. What you want to do instead is just take an orange and rub it on the animal. It will help also. The same way with rubbing that lemon. But you can rub an orange on the animal, and it secretes the oil from the oranges. So that will help with the fleas as well. Another thing is you can take baking powder and you can put some drops of cedar oil in it, essential oil in it, mix it up, put it in a shaker bottle, and then you use it as a flea powder for your animals. So all this is just really good, natural. I said this here is all natural right here. The essential oils, a lot of people swears by them, says they work great. I've heard some good stories about it. The fact is, we spend a fortune on these chemicals that we're putting on the animals that they just cannot handle anymore. And one other little trick, real simple, real easy. Get you some light colored bowls, like white bowls, and put you some water and dishwasher liquid in it. And put those bowls in areas where the animals tend to sleep at or nest at or whatever. You can put them outside if you got a doghouse or whatever. You can put these little bowls with this dishwasher liquid in it and the fleas are attracted to it, and they will jump in. And I know, because I had a problem years ago. Did everything. I sprayed the house. I did all this stuff. Finally, I did that, and I got rid of the fleas. And I got rid of it naturally. All the money I spent on chemicals trying to get rid of the fleas. The simple white bowl with water and dishwashing liquid in it. And I set it under the beds. I set them behind the couch. I set them where the animals was. I got rid of them. Didn't have no more problems. So they're real simple, real easy. Like I said, this here, I'm going to let it cook down probably a little bit more. Boy, I can smell. If you can smell it, I can smell the cedar. Whoa. Yep, I can smell it. My hot plate don't get as, takes longer for it to heat up on my hot plate than it would probably a regular stove or a gas stove, whatever. And if you want to let it reach a good boil, that's fine too. But I would, like I say, just leave it there overnight. Let me show you. Let's see here. Okay, now. I can still smell the cedar in it. So there's so much more of it can come out. That's why I recommend that you let it set overnight before you filter it out. If you want to let it reach a good boil and get it more out, like I say, mine takes for a while to reach. It's been on there for about 30 minutes, just, cooking. If you want to cook it, put it down on a medium heat and let it do that, then that's fine too. Like I say, you can sit there and let it sit overnight. If you next morning, if you're not quite contented with it, you can put it back on the stove, cook it another 30 minutes, and get more of the oil out of it. Like I say, but let it sit overnight. It's going to help it. So that's just simple, easy ways to make flea spray. Cedar and lemon juice and water. You go out and harvest your cedar. You pack it down in your pan. You put water in it. And then you just, like I say, let it sit overnight. Fish your spray bottle up with it. You got it. Baking soda with essential cedar oil in it. You can also add the essential orange oil in it too. Mix it all up, and then just put it in a shaker. And then you got flea powder right there, using cedar essential oil and orange essential oil right on the animals. Rub it in a little bit and comb it through the fur to help get rid of the fleas. And of course, the white bowl with water and dishwasher liquid in it, and setting it around in places like behind your couch or around the animals' beds and stuff, to keep fleas under control there too, because they like to jump off of. Because every time an animal goes outside, you know what's going to happen. It's going to bring it in. Boy, and I can smell that cedar. That cedar is starting to absorb in here. When you can smell the cedar, oh, I can smell it. But like I say, I can use this cedar and lemon juice oil as a air freshener around here. I can freshen the animals' beds up with it. I can freshen the carpets up with it. I can spray it around the furniture, on the couches and stuff. And this here will help keep the problem of unwanted critters that your animals bring in. So, for Laurel Jones, Live Prepper here, saying be safe, be happy, bless you all.